Well, hello, what is up, my beautiful people? So, the topic of today's reading will be who is gossiping about you, what are they gossiping? So, you get to choose between three piles. This first one, envy, the second one, sun, and the third one, victory. So, pick one of these for yours and let's start. Let's start with the first one of envy. We are checking what's the gossip about you guys today. I'm getting this pile will have some major victory in the near future, so it can be that you are working on something like a project or a business ambition. It will pay off in a big way, but let's see. Pile number one, envy. What's the gossip about you guys? What's the gossip? Let's see, pile number one. Let's take additional two is what I'm hearing. What is the gossip on pile number one? So I'm getting people are saying that you guys are in the midst of really balancing and juggling many things. Perhaps you have undertaken more than one of a business ambition, or you may be pursuing multiple side hustles currently. There's this notion of being overly busy with but I'm sensing really strategized effort, so you know exactly what you are trying to achieve. Let's say that some of you can have this ambition of getting, I don't know, a passive income. So you are diligently working toward that, and you are working toward that on multiple aspects. So this is something that people perceive currently when it comes to your business endeavors, you know. So yes, but one additional thing that I do sense here, of course, this is about passive income, which is just an example. So you do have one specific business preference that you want to achieve for you. So and somehow this is, I'm getting leaking to people, if that makes sense. A word got around that you are really trying, and I'm getting this is also a reason further why people are more attracted than ever toward you guys. Especially one person is what I'm sensing that didn't really give you the time of the day, or I don't know if you guys heard that Skater Boy song from Avril Lavigne. So most of you have, of course. But she's talking about this boy that she never gives an opportunity to, and later on this boy is like the star, and I'm getting some of that vibe in this pile for you guys. So somebody who really left you behind is really watching all this prosperity coming into your life, because I'm getting all of a sudden both karma, people, external and internal circumstances will somehow collide in order to make this fantastic success for you guys with this star. So a lot of you are getting this gossip about really fulfilling one or more than one desires or hopes or ambitions or dharmas, if you will, our higher purposes in this lifetime. So, and I'm also getting you achieve this quite young. So you are this type of a person who had quite self-fulfillment quite early in life, if that makes sense. So I am getting at least one grande ambition, or excuse me, catching some cold here. At least one, but perhaps even like for 90% of you guys, even two big ambitions will get fulfilled in this pile, and this is something that people are really acknowledging, and also they may be assuming that you are in this somewhat isolated phase due to working on this project of yours and waiting for your rewards of your efforts to come in, if that makes sense. So with the Mercury in the first house, also one indication here is that you are really currently in this karmic period of expanding informational type of knowledge. So you may be attending courses, I don't know, listening to podcasts, something along those lines, and perhaps it is somehow visible in your social media, or you post something that really inspires and motivates other people to do similar type of things also. So hey, but if you like this little report, give it a like so that more people manages to see it. Yes, but this is quite a positive pile for me, because with the Taurus in the first house, I'm getting that you're not boastful about your achievements, but let's just say the financial rewards of what you do are starting to show, if that makes sense. So I'm getting, even for those of you who don't have a lot, you do have quite completely enough for you. So basically you even don't have to be doing some type of lucrative job, but I'm getting this is something that brings a lot of joy to you. It covers your bills. You even have something additional to put into your savings accounts, or to buy that one beautiful coat that you saw yesterday that would really go with those gray Oxfords that you have, or something along those lines. So like your basic needs are covered, and some additional little sweet something is that something that you can afford, and people are starting with these stores in the first house to see the sprouts of your material stability. I'm also getting, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, your physical appearance is getting beautified, something about your face. Perhaps you use some type of a new product. I'm getting for some of you. So this is a little bit slightly out of the topic, but Spirit is telling me to say, perhaps you, I don't know, did something for somebody and they gave you this special substance, that's in all the creams, and now you can add it in all of your hydrating creams, or this will occur in the near future, and this will make your face and skin glow really beautifully, is what I'm sensing for this pile with this Taurus first house. People will notice how you look more fresh, more youthful in your face, so beautiful. And this is something that they will also be talking about, like what's your elixir of youth, or if you are younger, how are you always looking so fresh, if that makes sense. So but I do like it with the Mars in 12th house. You know how 12th house does represent isolation, foreign lands, just working in seclusion. People may be thinking that you are currently really doing some type of great work of yours, but secluded from other people. You may be hiding it, or you may not be public with regards to your activities, your action. With some Mars also represents sexuality, so this can also denote that some people may think that you have secret sexual encounters, let's just say so, or these may be just like assumptions about you. So this is something interesting with Mercury in Pisces. I'm getting a lot of you are getting more and more knowledgeable each day. So people do think that secretly you may be attaining all this knowledge, all these perhaps even degrees. Some of you have started attending some type of college or educational institution. But this is an interesting pile. This is something that people are speculating about. I mean, great. but with the moon in the 10th house, there's this element of how liberated you feel in achieving all this. I'm getting like this is something that comes to slightly easy due to accumulated good karma from past lives. So people may even be saying something like, you seem like nonchalant overachiever. But I mean, of course, it's never as easy as the others see it. Nobody's seeing the long night hours put into this, or they just see that you have got those new shiny shoes and that you look, charmier than ever. But this is something that they may be kind of like wondering about you, if that makes sense. So, but I love this pile. With Mars in Leo also, what we have here. People are starting to talk about how your confidence is raising. It's being raised for some reason, but I am getting it is due to these subtle achievements that you have that you don't even talk about to too many people, if that makes sense. For some of you, Leo can represent, winning through risky endeavors. So, for some of you, if you are into some type of, business opportunity that could have been successful or could have not, it was sort of a little bit of risk. People may be gossiping about that, but in a positive way, like your efforts will be awarded through you having guts to pursue things that are slightly out of your comfort zone, if that makes sense. Also, I'm getting, if you are thinking about pursuing some type of, let's say, career which you are not entirely 100% sure that it will pay off. For example, you want to become, I don't know, a pro at Amazon FBA, with Mars in Leo, you get all the support, all the energy, all the drive. You are karmically and energetically supported to do this, and you are also invited to do this because this is the period where your dreams come true easily, if that makes sense. So, but I love this pile. It's full of some type of positive developments, and I'm also getting. Suddenly you may be getting money from all type of different ways. If you are creative, for example, your donations may improve, or there may come sponsorships, brand deals, things of that nature that will really support you long term, because they will slowly accumulate during the time. So slowly accumulate with time. So this is something that looks like, long-term steady progress. But I will end it here for the first pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this little report. If you did, see you in the next one, or pick another pile. You are always free to do so. Let's see. Okay, for those of you who chose this Sun card. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. Guys, this deck is really slightly crazy recently. I don't know. Some weird energies got into it, but I hope I cleared it very well. Because it's acting normal once again. But let's see, what's the gossip on you guys? What's the gossip? Who is gossiping? What are they talking about you? Okay. First of all, let me just say, we have quite a few of indications of gossips being about your sexual orientation. So people could be speculating about your true orientation, or if you recently came out, that can be the topic of the gossips also. Or they could just be wondering, perhaps I'm getting you have people interested in you, but they are not quite sure about your preferences. So this will be for the small portion of this pile, but let me see. The main gossip is here that you guys ended something, you finished, you are done, you are completely over with the situation. For a lot of you, this can be with a romantic situation that didn't go anywhere, so you were like, okay, so this is not serving me, it's just taking away all my time, energy, and it's draining me, and it's really stalling my other life achievements and progress, so I better focus on what I can do, what I have here and now. So and people are also saying that that wheels are really turning for you, and that luck is really trying to bring some wonderful things into your life, some beginnings or new sprouts of I'm getting as soon as you dropped something, and for a lot of you this will be regarding a relationship, and for like 30% of this pile it will be correlated with jobs. So you dropped one pile to put initiative into a new business. So this is something that I'm getting strongly. This pile, a lot of you from this pile will soon be working for a new boss or just starting something yours, because with the Wheel of Fortune, people may also be saying that it's kind of destiny is mild toward you, if that makes sense. So you always come up with right opportunities, with right avenues, if that makes sense. So people may be saying something like you are God's favorite, even if you crash in a way that you get something better after that. So this is something really beautiful. For a lot of you from this pile, people are gossiping in a positive way how you improved your physical build, is what I'm getting. So first pile had an element of improvement, but it was more correlated with aesthetical representation of a person, their face, and that. And here I'm getting perhaps you may be lifting weights or doing some type of cardio. It will be correlated with your physical body or physical vehicle mostly. People, if you were wondering whether people are noticing the changes, they are. They see that you have been working on your physical self, is what I'm also getting. Let me just see this one. I like this card. So for a lot of you, I'm getting people are talking something about one specific talent that you guys have. So I'm getting this may be slightly a peculiar talent, or not many people have it. You know how, for example, tarot reader is not a weird talent on a YouTube community or Instagram or something like that, or in a community of like-minded people, but in general world it would be like a weird talent, or it can be something along those lines, where you excuse me, have some type of skill or something that really elevates you, and people are talking about this, with Mercury in Aries. They are talking that you perhaps brought this impulsive decision to start some type of endeavor, and they see that it will be paying off in a big way for you, if that makes sense. With Jupiter in Cancer, they may be saying that you may be wealthy or financially well off. So, and I'm getting somehow your family was always stable for a lot of you, but only recently people started to notice this because with Jupiter and Cancer, Leo in the first house, you may have started wearing flashier clothes or more branded type of clothes, labels, something along those lines. So people are perceiving you in this way more than ever. So this is like kind of change in your image, but not entirely, because you were always that type, but I'm getting a lot of you were only recently. Why not? I should show off some of my best physical attributes and both, my personal style and preferences when it comes to clothing. So why shouldn't I wear that, I don't know, Gucci bag that I have, or whatever it is, apply for your situation. But I do like this style. We shouldn't be ashamed of sometimes, flashing the best things we possess, because it's also, we live in 3D, it's part of human nature. We have to fulfill our lower desires, let's say lower, because there's no duality, I don't think so. But I'm a firm believer that we have to fulfill each desire of ours in our spiritual journey, even the vain ones, like, I don't know, having that Chanel bag or Calvin Klein pencil, I don't even know. So you can apply this for your situation. Hey, but if you like this little report, give it a like so that it reaches more people. But this pile is generally about your personal, some type of level up or upgrade. So I'm getting that energetically you release something which helped, to pour those aspects and energy into other areas. So, and I'm getting whatever you released, person, or how do I say it, like community, they are very much acknowledging this, and they are seeing you in this improved version, and this is something that is often discussed among their circles, is what I'm sensing. So let me just check. For some of you had some type of identity changes, so this is really interesting here, and this is something that people do talk about. Some of you, I'm getting, you may have inclinations toward, how do I say, secretly helping animals or humanitarian organizations. So you may be like godfather or godmother of the poor, of the small animals, of the... if you are not yet in this energy, I'm getting that you will be, but people already recognize your tendencies to being like anonymous benefactor. So, but you are not so anonymous after all, because this is something that is already sort of gossiped about. So yes, but I will end it here for the second pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this little report. If you did, give it a little like, and let's move on. So for folks who chose victory, third pile, what we are checking is what's the gossips about you today. Let's take this one. What's the gossips? Pile number 3, what are the gossips about you? What are people saying? What do we have? Can you see the cards? You just take clarification for this one. Okay. So, for a lot of you, the talk is about how you ended a long-term relationship or commitment or situationship, whatever this is. For some of you, smaller portion, it will correlate even with your job, but for the most portion of this pile, it will be correlated, of course, with love. So some of you left marriage or abusive connection. Perhaps you could have been put in a third party or cheated on, or now I don't know how much of this public knows, but there's this element of people know that you are victimized in some type of a situation, and they do see you as somebody who is now in this, don't come near me with the BS type of shit. So there is one specific situation that they see that you escaped basically, but let's just say that you may be the type of a person who has, a lot of problems, but money isn't one of your problems, is what I'm sensing. So money may be very well for you guys. This is something people see you stable and healed, whatever this is. They see you basically on the other end. So the talk can be that you successfully transcended some type of residual pain from a connection that never worked out, is what I'm also sensing. For some of you, people could be talking that there's some family drama involved with you guys. So I'm sensing that I'm hearing for somebody like family violence or something along those lines. Only a small portion this is, will resonate with, and that you left that surrounding, that you didn't want to do anything with this. So they do talk how you successfully, despite all the odds, has managed to release yourselves from the grip of personality that was smothering you in some type of way. So, but they're currently with Sagittarius in 7th house, perceiving you as somebody who is reopening yourselves to the other people, because Sagittarius can represent open sexual romantic type of viewpoint. So you currently may be, let me just be unattached and open for everything, but attached for nothing type of vibe. And for a lot of you, Sagittarius in 7th house, because they both denote some type of travel, people may be talking something about how you may be wanting to travel abroad, or you may be wanting to change your residence. And with this Sagittarius, for a lot of you, this will happen, is what I'm sensing as well. Because we have multiple indications of going abroad and staying there permanently with Sagittarius in the 7th house. So this is something significant. With the Mars in the 11th house, I am sensing for some of you there could have been some type of turmoil in your professional network circle. Let me know if that resonates. You could have your colleagues slightly non-cooperative, or there could always have been this underlying air of competitiveness, or trying to undermine or sabotage you in order to elevate themselves. So people could have heard something about that, but I'm getting it's nothing too drastic. It's more of curiosities and intrigues of an office department or something along those lines, or you had some type of cooperation in a business sense, but things didn't really go best for you guys, but you are still cordial with them, or something along those lines, is what I'm sensing for this one. So with Mars in the Taurus, people can be saying that you are, well, this pursuer of pleasure. If you have watched the Dorian Gray movie, it would be the best representative of Mars in Taurus placement. This is people who really person who really tries to fulfill all their senses. So you may be the type to like fantastic sense, tasteful food. There's this high level of high taste when it comes to food. Perhaps you are the type who likes to indulge a lot. I'm getting no aesthetic vibes from this pal, so hedonism basically, and this is something that people do notice about you. This is something even that's appreciated, that attracts people. As I sense, they want to be in your circle due to this, is what I'm also getting. So with the moon in the 8th house, they some of them do think that you are secretive about some type of, I wouldn't say scandals, but whatever happened in your home life is also what I'm getting with the moon in 8th house, because moon can represent our stability. Moon is our home. Moon is where we live, our how do I say, residence. And in the 8th house does represent certain oscillation when it comes to that, both with the moon also. So can represent that you hide some things correlated with your family, with your home, but people are still trying to make assumptions and just feel out the real truth in the situation. But your advice here is to remain secretive. Not everybody has to know everything about that. People see you as a private person with regards to that, and it is a good thing to continue being that way. So it's quite interesting. Let me just see, with Mars in Virgo. Okay, this will be really for a small portion, but there's something about court case. This can be if you are in the midst of a divorce or inheritance settlement, something. People may be saying something about how you may be in this court case situation, but of course this will not be for all of you. And with the Saturn in second house, you are trying to preserve your savings, you are trying to preserve your fixed assets, so it can be something related to real estate or your family fixed assets or something along those lines. I'm getting like arguments between cousins about sharing and dividing the with this Mars in Virgo, Saturn second house, dividing of the properties, something along those lines. This is not for all, of course. Let me just see a little bit further with the Cancer in the 5th house. There is talk for some of you, if you are trying for pregnancy or children, something along those lines, that you may be in the process of trying, or that you may be wanting to soon become a parent as well. So, and for the others, it will just denote this air of you guys being basically at the same time. People see you as somebody who is relationship material, but at the same time you are kind of currently reluctant, and you are not really, how do I say, you're not eager to put a label on your connections, if that makes sense. So but I hope you like this little report. If you did, give it a little like, and see you in the next one.